Hello everyone, my name is Fenreeds, or Fenris, and welcome to a new series I'd like to call Rant Reviews. Now, Rant Reviews are going to be when I find a book particularly bad and I feel like I need to talk about how bad they are and how much I personally dislike them and want to share my opinion on it. It'll probably get a rant review. These reviews will be very honest and very harsh, so if you're not prepared for a very harsh review, a very this is bad review, don't watch this, because I'm going to say some shit. So, the book we're reviewing today is The Marked Girl by Lindsay something. I can't remember her name. But yeah, this book is garbage. I gave it a 2-star rating when I finished it, and the fact that I finished it is a miracle. So, this entire book reads like a Wattpad fanfiction, which is not a good thing for a published book, if you didn't know. Saying I looked into someone's orbs, nope, it doesn't work in publication, so please don't. But anyways, so the premise of this book is a group of royal siblings show up in modern LA. Now, the premise was what interested me in the first place, because I thought that we could have some interesting character moments and have them discovering LA along with us as we journey through this book. It's not exactly what happens. So we run into them at the beginning of the book. Our main character Liz runs into them at the beginning of the book while she's filming in a LA river, I think. And she runs into them and they're like, "Hi, we just came from a magical world, peace." And we don't see them again for a while. According to the book, we don't see them for a couple months. So we didn't get any of those initial experiences with those characters, which I think were the only things I was interested in this book. We meet them when they're already aware of how this world functions, and it feels really lazy to me, because it's like, well, we don't want to have these people be introduced to all these things, so we're just gonna skip over that. And of course, they're still introduced to those things, different things throughout the book, but it doesn't have the same impact that it would have if we just followed the characters from the very beginning, if you know what I mean. So now let's get into the characters. Liz is our main character. She is a film student, I believe, or she's doing something over the summer to do with film. She's recording a film with her friends, and she is this quirky... She's boring. She's really boring. I don't really have anything good to say about her, honestly. I was done with her character in chapter 2 when she started talking about her chucks and jeans and mentioned them about 4 times in the same chapter. So at that point I was like, you've got nothing for this girl other than she's quirky and the special snowflake of this entire book. So yeah, that's basically her entire character. I am the special snowflake, and I wear chucks and jeans, and that's it. That was basically her entire character, and she had no arc that I could think of, none that I paid attention to at least, and yeah, she was a shit character. She was a shit character to follow. And our main love interest is Cedric. He is a royal prince or king or something from this other world. I think it's called Kalium, something like that. And he's from this other world, and he's interested in LA, and he's running from these demons, and he's hot. The amount of times they describe this man as hot, I get it. I've read Sarah J. Maas. I know men are described as hot a lot. But I couldn't picture this guy as hot, because the way this author wrote every line he said, I get that she wanted it to be old-timey, but it made him sound like he was a caveman with, a better amount of linguistics. He knew what he wanted to say, but it didn't work. Kind of like I'm doing right now, because my ADHD brain says no. So, but anyways, yeah. So Cedric was another shit character. So we've got a love interest between these 2 shit characters. And, of course, this forms into a love triangle, which, if you don't know, in YA, this is a very popular thing that YA authors do. They make a love triangle to try and drag you into this romance that they're trying to build. Hunger Games did it really well. I think there was a love triangle in Throne of Glass at some point, probably. I don't know, it's been a while since I read Throne of Glass. And we all know Cassandra Clare did it, but Cassandra Clare did it with a little flair. Incest. Yeah. we don't talk about that. But anyways, yeah, there is a love triangle in this, and the thing that annoys me about this love triangle compared to other love triangles is two of the people in this triangle are already in a relationship, which is when a love triangle really doesn't work for me, because that just means this guy's cheating on his girl, his already betrothed, and we're supposed to like him? I don't know. No. And his betrothed, his girlfriend, whatever she is, Kat, has no balls to be able to be like, well, I don't want to stay with you because you're obviously flirting and falling in love with this other girl. And she just stays with him and is angry for the entire book. And every line she delivered as well, you could tell that the authors wanted her to be edgy, but she just wasn't. So, yeah, it sucked. So the characters sucked, the writing sucked. The writing, again, read like a Wattpad fanfiction, which is not something you want published. The story, for the most part, was a really interesting concept that just wasn't fleshed out. Because the characters were so bad, it was so hard to believe any of the decisions that they were making. So I had a lot of trouble with following the story or caring about anything that happened to these people. Also because I only liked the villains in this story. It might have been my supreme hatred for our main characters that caused me to love these villains, but I wanted them to win. I wanted them to kill our main characters because they were so boring, and the villains were the only thing that just wasn't boring. Like, in the first scene that they're described in, they actually sounded really cool. Like, the stretching smile and blackening eyes, and I was like, that's a really cool image. Could you keep that up for the rest of the book? Apparently not. So, the only thing I cared about in this book was that the villains might win. And they didn't, obviously, because that's... why would we ever do that? So yeah. This book is a piece of shit. It is god-awful, and the fact that it has above 3 stars and a lot of reviews on Goodreads is beyond me. I saw like 5-star reviews for this book, and I could hardly finish it. And I know YA fantasy isn't really easily compared to adult fantasy, which is what I mostly read. But at the same time, there needs to be like a bar of like, this is good, this is what should be published. This is way below that bar. Like, this could have been posted on the internet as a short story, and I would have been like, yeah, that works on there. It doesn't work in a publication for $15. Ugh, this book is bad. It's bad. Don't buy it. Don't waste your time. Some people might say it's good, they're wrong. It's bad. So yeah, that's my rant review for this book. I'm glad I finished it so I could throw it in with the Cassandra Clare books of the I will never read this again. So thank you for watching. If you want more rant review books, tell me some bad books to read and I'll give you some more. Thank you for watching. Bye.